Comptroller, please call item number 5.
Item number 5 is a zoning ordinance amending ordinance number 5367 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Memphis, Tennessee, adopted on August 10th, 2010, as amended, known as the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, to authorize a zoning use district reclassification for land located on the southeast corner of Dexter Lane and Cordova Road, approximately 1,027.43 feet north of Macon Road, by taking the land out of the Conservation Agriculture Use District and including it in the Residential Single-Family Use District. Up for third and final reading, this ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. It was held for May 7th. Our case number is Z2401, ordinance number 5902.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, you recognize.
Yes, it's been a while since we've heard this. It was held from May 7th. We can have a mini presentation, a refresher on this item. Thank you.
I'm Alexis with Land Use and Development Services. I'm going to be doing a presentation on zoning case 2024-01. This subject property is located at the corner of Dexter Lane and Cordova Road, to be taken out of the Conservation Agriculture zoning district and placed into the R6 zoning district. This case is corresponding with a subdivision case, which is a proposal for 16 single-family residential lots.
Are you finished with I'm sorry, did you finish your presentation? No.
Yes.
Hadn't started. All right.
Would you like for me to represent? Okay. I'm Alexis Longstreet, presenting on zoning case 2024-001. The subject property is located at the corner of Dexter Lane and Cordova Road, to be taken out of the Conservation Agriculture zoning district and included in the R6, which is the residential single-family 6. This case is corresponding with a subdivision case of 16 single-family residential lots within this area. That concludes my mini presentation.
Thank you for your presentation. Do we have any, is the applicant or the applicant's representative here to speak on this item?
Yes.
Yes, Michael Rogers with Fisher Arnold, 9180 Crestwood Hills Drive, Memphis, Tennessee. Just here to basically answer any questions. I understand there's some that probably won't speak against it, and I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Before I go to public comment, is there anything that you would like to say about the project?
Well, just that, we agree with everything that staff has said about it. It's consistent with the surrounding uses, and just would be taking a vacant property and developing it, as you said, 16 lots that matches what's pretty much around it in terms of density.
Okay, thanks, sir. Diane McCullough. Name and address for the record, please, ma'am.
My name is Diane McCullough, and I live at 8518 Farley Avenue in the Old Cordova area. I would like to start by thanking all Memphis City Council members for the work you do here in the city. I realize we're just coming out of the budget meeting, so thank you so much for taking your time to hear out our concerns. I've emailed several of you individually, so please, if you've not had a chance to read those emails, please do so. We respectfully request no rezoning approval or further development in Old Cordova until after a traffic study is done and the existing extreme traffic overload is addressed. There's no recent study of traffic in Old Cordova, and Justin Carter, PE, Traffic Engineering Department with the City of Memphis, informed me that no traffic study is planned at this time. Justin Carter said he hopes it could possibly happen fall of 2024, but there's no guarantee because they are very short-staffed. Keep in mind that this is part of your approval criteria for this rezoning. According to 9.5.7b5, it states the following, that you must provide there must be the availability of adequate police services, fire services, school, road, park, wastewater treatment, water supply, and stormwater drainage facilities for the proposed rezoning.
So they want to build 16 houses over here in this area, in the Cordova area, off of Dexter and Cordova Road. And the lady that is speaking on behalf of Cordova, and I don't know if she's speaking for all of the residents that are in that area, or if she's bringing this up. Obviously, she's had communications with other people, has to have at least done that. But she wants to know what traffic would be like in that area, because there's already substantial traffic in that area. So if you're building a subdivision, 16 houses, you're adding extra vehicles and families to that area. So and extra traffic, period. And to make sure that whatever other emergency services, et cetera, would be available to add that additional or to serve that additional amount of people, and also to that area specifically.
We respectfully request no rezoning approval and further development in the Old Cordova area until after Memphis 3.0 Cordova District workshops take place, which are tentatively scheduled for May 22nd, June 5th, and July 8th, 2025. I have already made contact with the city and asked for more information about these workshops. Memphis 3.0 states that the community is to be involved, and we ask for the opportunity to do so. We respectfully request no rezoning approval and further development in the Old Cordova.
If you could wrap it up, please. Your time has expired.
It never started. I have 10 minutes.
No, you have 2 minutes.
2? I'm sorry, I was told 10.
No, 2 minutes. So if you can wrap up your comments, you can go ahead and finish.
Okay. In closing, we want to see a detailed traffic study, more community input via the Memphis 3.0 workshops, and the required studies to include stormwater, sewage, and erosion plans before this is rezoned and before more development is allowed in Old Cordova. And by the way, I ran into the mayor upstairs, and he said, I know exactly what you're talking about in that area. It's terrible. I moved out of Cordova. So you're all that stands between us and this development. No one listened to us when this was before the Land Use Control Board. It's been a very, very discouraging process to go through. So I ask for you to vote no on this rezoning until some of these studies can be done, particularly the traffic. Keep in mind, this development is being built in a little pocket where existing homes already are, and this is going to be 4 years of construction, roughly 40 feet from our bedroom windows.
Thank you, Ms. McCullough. I feel certain that we can come to a compromise. Christine Fox. Name and address for the record, please.
Christine Cox, 244 North McNeil Street, 38112. So I think I'm probably the reason that this got held because I, as part of my job as a community organizer from this Community Against Pollution, we look at y'all's agendas. So I just noticed that there wasn't any paperwork with this when it was coming to y'all for its hearing, coming from the Land Use Control Board, and I thought, that's weird. And looked into it some more, and then saw that the community meeting was held at the office of Field Development, and Mr. Gill is on the Land Use Control Board. So I thought that, kind of presented a conflict of interest. But at any rate, I got in touch with Ms. McCullough, and I agree with everything she said, that, y'all should hold this until there is a traffic study completed, and that, y'all are sometimes all that stands between some of these people in these communities in Memphis just being railroaded, being sold out for profit, for corporate profit, and, we deserve better than that. So anyway, I just would encourage you to vote no on this until the traffic study is done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fox. Colleagues, we have two members in the queue. Councilwoman Green, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. This is in my district, and I would ask, hearing from the residents today, if we could hold this maybe for 2 meetings, so for a month, and let us look into the feasibility of the traffic study. It sounds like that's one request that maybe we could help facilitate in the interim, but I would like some time to look into that.
Any objection to a hold? All right, I'm going to recognize Councilwoman Logan. You still want to speak?
I'm definitely in agreement with the whole. I also want to note that we did commission or authorize or approve a traffic study a few years ago for Cordova. So we're going to be hearing from administration on that, and also I think in conjunction with the developer who's responsible for traffic study as well. So I think that's a great idea to hold it for a month to get all of that done. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Logan. Ms. McCullough, I'm going to volunteer Councilwoman Green, Councilman Warren, and myself to work with you and see if we can work for a compromise. I'm initially going to hold this item for 2 weeks. If we need further time, we can hold it then thereafter. But for now, without objection, this item is held for 2 weeks. Madam Comptroller, would you please call the consent agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Item number 6 on our consent agenda is a joint zoning ordinance amending the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code as adopted by the City of Memphis on August 10th, 2010, and by Shelby County on August 9th, 2010, as amended to revise and enhance the joint zoning and subdivision regulations as recommended by the Memphis and Shelby County Division of Planning and Development and the Land Use Control Board. Up for first reading, this ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is ZTA 24-02. The ordinance number is 5909. On our add-on agenda, up for first reading, we have item number 39, an ordinance renaming the Lincoln Park Pavilion in honor of Hazel Moore as the Hazel Moore Pavilion in the City of Memphis. Up for first reading, ordinance number 5910 is sponsored by Council members Swearingen, Washington, and Warren. There is a request to add this on for the first reading. Item number 49 on our add-on is a referendum ordinance to amend the charter of the City of Memphis, same being Chapter 11 of the Acts of 1879 as amended pursuant to Article 11, Section 9 of the Constitution of the State of Tennessee Home Rule Amendment relative to the composition of the Board of Commissioners of Memphis Light, Gas, and Water Division. Up for first reading, ordinance number 5911 is sponsored by Councilman Warren. Item number 51 is an ordinance to amend Chapter 21 of the Code of Ordinances of Memphis, Tennessee, governing motor vehicles and traffic to amend registration fees. Up for first reading, ordinance number 5912 is sponsored by the administration, and there was a request to add this item on for first reading. For second reading, item number 7, back to our regular agenda. Up for second reading, ordinance number 5908 is sponsored by Councilman Warren. From our engineering division, we have item number 8, a resolution approving the engineering plans for Walnut Green Plan Development Phase 1, county, and accepting the bond. There is a request for same night minutes, and the contract number is CR 5460. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our consent agenda items.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. The item was moved by Swearingen, Washington, seconded by Espinosa. Please prepare the voting screen.
So it looks like they just ran off a bunch of different things. I don't know, a bunch of zoning and ordinance changes. Ultimately, we don't know. I don't know what those individual things
Canali,
are.
yes.
But
Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes.
it's
Show
of
Councilmember
no
Ford is voting yes.
consequence.
Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes.
Sounds like
Walker, yes. White,
everybody
yes. And Warren, yes.
voted yes.
Consent agenda passes. Madam Comptroller, please read the fiscal consent agenda.
That would take us to item number 9. It's a resolution accepting $400,000 in grant funds to support operation of the Urban Forestry Program. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Memphis Parks, and there is a request for same night minutes.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Item was moved by Swearingen, Washington. Can I please get someone to second it electronically? Item was seconded by Espinosa, please. It still says consent agenda, Madam Comptroller. Says consent. We need to move to the fiscal consent.
It's a resolution accepting $400,000 in grant funds to support
Let's read the fiscal consent agenda.
Fiscal consent agenda.
That will take us to item number 9. It's a resolution accepting $400,000 in grant funds to support operation of the Urban Forestry Program, all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Memphis Parks, and there is a request for same night minutes.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Item was moved by Superintendent Washington. Could I please get someone to second it electronically? Item was seconded by Spinoza, please. It still says consent agenda, Madam Comptroller. It says consent. We need to move to the fiscal consent. It still says, is that a problem?
So I'm not sure what happened here. Looks like something froze. And I believe it's on the council side. All right.
Stuck on fiscal consent? Because now it is showing. Okay. Fiscal consent passes. Madam Comptroller, please take a sip of water, maybe a brief nap, and call the MLGW fiscal consent agenda.
Our MLGW fiscal consent starts with item number 10, a resolution approving the payment for street cut permits to the city of Memphis in the amount of $950,000. Item number 11 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12519, Citrix license and support subscription with Logicalis Inc. to ratify, renew, and change the contract in the funded amount of $137,134.03. Item number 12 is a resolution awarding purchase order to Automotive Tool Group for conduit polyvinyl chloride in the amount of $444,000. Item number 13 is a resolution awarding purchase order to All Right Plumbing Parts Inc. for gas valves and steel pipe in the amount of $6,323,429.97. Item number 14 is a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 12460, Bridgewater Consulting with Bridgewater Consulting Group Inc. to ratify, extend, and change the project scope in the funded amount of $382,500. Item number 15 is a resolution awarding contract number 12479, voice replacement system to TechLinks Inc. doing business as C-Spire Business in the funded not to exceed amount of $2,207,835. There's a request for same night minutes. This item was held from June 25th. Item number 16 is a resolution awarding a purchase order to Southern States LLC for substation capacitor switches in the amount of $608,400. There's a request for same night minutes. This was held from June 25th. Item number 17 is a resolution approving change number 3 to contract number 12174, Waste Management Services with Tradavie Environmental Services LLC to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $150,000. And there is a request for same night minutes. This was held from June 25th. Item number 18 is a resolution ratifying the emergency award of contract number 12481 for 11 kV transmission pipeline repair to InfraSource Construction LLC in the funded not to exceed amount of $550,000. There's a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Item number 19 is a resolution awarding change number 1 to contract number 12387 with Burns and McDonnell Engineering Company, Incorporated, to ratify and renew the current contract in the funded not to exceed amount of $165,000. There's a request for same night minutes, and this was also held from June 25th. Item number 20 is a resolution approving contract number 12517 between Memphis Light Gas and Water Division and Texas Gas Transmission LLC. The contract term is for 5 years. It's effective November 1st, 2024, and it ends October 31st, 2029. There's a request for same night minutes, and this was also held from June 25th. Item number 21 is a resolution approving change number 3 to contract number 12251, Aerator Maintenance with RP Services Incorporated, to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $318,362.40. There's a request for same night minutes, and this was also held from June 25th. Item number 22 is a resolution awarding contract number 12447, Data Center Enhancements, Connectivity Improvements to Logicalis Inc. in the funded amount of $363,742.44. There's a request for same night minutes. It was held from June 25th. Item number 23 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12371, System Furniture to Office Interiors to increase the current contract in the funded amount of $1,500,000. There's a request for same night minutes. This was held from June 25th. Item number 24 is a resolution approving change number 16 to contract number 10765 private label service agreement with Utility Consumer Analytics, Inc. to extend the current contract and expand the scope of work in the funded amount of $541,000. There's a request for same night minutes. This was also held from June 25th. Item number 25 is a resolution approving change number 3 to contract number 12209, Courier Services with Deep South Delivery LLC, doing business as Diligent Delivery Systems, to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $152,292.15. There's a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Item number 26 is a resolution approving change number 4 to contract number 12232, third-party administrator for workers' compensation with Brentwood Services Administrators, Incorporated, to ratify and renew the current contract in the funded amount of $150,000. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Item number 27 is a resolution awarding contract number 12494, professional engineering services, Blue Suede Fiber and Allen and Hoshaw, Inc., in the funded not to exceed amount of $400,000. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Item number 28 is a resolution awarding contract number 12471, professional engineering services, Blue Suede Fiber, to Burns and McDonald Engineering Company, Inc., in the funded not to exceed amount of $400,000. There is a request for same night minutes. This was held from June 25th. Item number 29 is a resolution approving the amendment and restatement of MLGW's engagement of the bond professional selected in connection with proposed insurance of Series 2024 electric system revenue bonds estimated at $180 million to include work on the issuance of Series 2024 electric system revenue refunding bonds not to exceed $20 million. Request for same night minutes. This was held from June 25th. Item number 30 is a resolution awarding contract number 12457, Cisco Security Suite Enterprise Agreement, EA Bundle, to Logicalis, Inc., in the funded amount of $1,611,089.09. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Item number 31, resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12516, Security Automation Installation and Service Agreement with Access Control Innovation, Inc., to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $187,000. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was also held from June 25th. Item number 32 is a resolution awarding purchase order to Engineered Ceiling Components, LLC, for brackets, transformer single band 350 kVA in the amount of $266,942.40. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was also held from June 25th. Item number 33 is a resolution awarding purchase order to Altech Industries, Inc., for the purchase of mini derricks with trailers in the amount of $729,395.25. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Item number 34 is a resolution awarding purchase order to Rush Truck Center of Tennessee, Inc., for the purchase of 6-yard and 10-yard dump trucks in the amount of $603,625. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Item number 35 is a resolution awarding purchase order to Rush Truck Centers of Tennessee, Inc., for 2-ton cab and chassis in the amount of $1,202,778. There is a request for same night minutes. This was held from June 25th. Item number 36 is a resolution approving change number 3 to contract number 12347, temporary employment services for general laborer services with Millennium Search, LLC, to increase the current contract value in the funded amount of $420,000. There is a request for same night minutes. This was held from June 25th. Item number 37 is a resolution approving change number 5 to contract number 12348, temporary employment services with Skilled Craftsman Technical, solicited under contract number 12294 with Resource Management Group to increase the current contract value in the funded amount of $800,000. There is a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Final item is number 38, a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 12314, formerly C2372, broker of record for cyber insurance and other insurance coverages with Willis Towers Watson Southeast Incorporated, to ratify and extend the current contract in the funded amount of $350,345. There's a request for same night minutes, and this was held from June 25th. Mr. Co-Chairman, that concludes our MLGW items.
Very well done, Madam Comptroller.
Thumbs up. Go Black.
Councilman
Give her a
Spinoza, you
round of
are
applause,
recognized.
please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I'm sorry, Valerie, would you please repeat that?
Just
problem.
kidding, just kidding.
I get it. Got it out.
Committee met for quite a while. Recommend approval. I so move.
Thank you, Councilman Spinoza. Item was moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Green. I don't see any members in the queue. Madam Comptroller, would you please prepare the voting screen?
Canali, yes. Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Warren, yes.
The MLGW fiscal consent agenda passes. Madam Comptroller, would you please call item number 40?
Do I have enough add-ons? Item number 40 is a resolution to allocate, appropriate, and transfer $1,316,000 of compounded interest with Accelerate Memphis bonds to fund cost overruns for projects associated with Accelerate Memphis. Districts 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, Super Districts 8 and 9. This resolution is sponsored by the administration. There is a request for same night minutes.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilman Dr. Warren, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee met recommended approval, and I so move.
Item was moved by Warren, seconded by Spinoza. I don't see any members wishing to speak. Madam Comptroller, please prepare the voting screen for item 40.
Canali, yes. Cooper Sutton, Warren, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 42.
Item number 42 is a resolution to approve intergovernmental agreement between the City of Memphis and Shelby County Government for animal housing and rabies tag fees collection. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the administration There is a request for same night minutes.
Councilwoman Walker, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee met and recommended approval, and I so move.
Item was moved by Walker, seconded by Swearingen Washington. Councilwoman Green, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to state for the record that while I do work for Shelby County government, I do not believe there's any conflict in this, as I will not be receiving any compensation related to this. I also wanted to address an issue that Councilwoman Logan had in committee in regards to the amount that Shelby County government pays for these services. The contract, as I've been told from the Shelby County Health Department, is a minimum payment of $150,000, not to exceed $300,000 for various services for animals that are brought and surrendered to the shelter. So it's for the housing and the care, including the vaccines. And again, it varies depending on the number that are brought, between a minimum of $150,000 but up to $300,000 per year. That's all, Chair.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Cooper Sutton.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to get out the queue. Sorry, Green.
Councilwoman White, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I just needed to state the same, that I represent the County Commission, although I do not have any financial interest and do not see a conflict in the matter that's before us.
Councilwoman White. Colleagues, seeing no other members in the queue. Item was moved by Walker, seconded by Swearingen Washington. Please prepare the voting screen for item 42.
Oh, deal. Got some candy?
Canali, yes. Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Warren, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 43.
Item number 43 is a resolution to transfer and reallocate FY 2024 solid waste funds to pay actual remaining forecast fiscal year invoices and remaining balance and impasse economic packages. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by the administration, and there is a request for same night minutes.
Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, you're recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chair, for Canali. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Item was moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Spinoza. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen for item 43.
Which one is it? Solid waste. Yeah, I got it. I don't want more.
Canali, yes. Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Warren, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 44.
Item number 44. Item number 44 is a resolution to transfer and appropriate construction funds to Martindale Pump Relief DW, project number SW02108, to relieve the sewer pump station at 3997 Martindale Avenue with a gravity sewer system. District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by the administration, and there is a request for same night minutes.
Councilwoman Swearingen Washington.
Thank you, Vice Chair, for Canali. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Item was moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Warren. Seeing no members in the queue, please prepare the voting screen.
What are they out there?
Canali, yes. Cooper Sutton, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. And Warren, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 45.
Item number 45 is a resolution to accept 2024 reducing diesel emissions for a healthier Tennessee funds from the Tennessee Department of Environmental Conservation in the amount of $140,000 to be used for partial funding for the purchase of 2 ambulances with idle mitigation systems. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by the administration, and there is a request for same night minutes.
Councilwoman White, you're recognized. Councilwoman White, you're still recognized.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Canali. The committee met and recommended approval, and I so move.
Move electronically, please. There you go. Need somebody to move electronically. All right, good enough. Item was moved by Walker, second by Warren. Seeing no members in the queue, please spread the voting screen 45.
Okay, so I guess that wraps up the Memphis City Council meeting for July 9th, 2024. It looked like the last part of that video, or the recording, it froze up, and I don't think anybody was able to see it unless you were there in person. Toward the end of that city council meeting, it became a lot of, I guess, existing agendas or things that they may have cleanup of business, housekeeping, administrative things. I'm sure it's regular goings-ons of things they've already decided and approved, and now they're doing their approvals as a matter of exercise, so bills can get paid. Overall, I think it was a great city council meeting. I mean, I like the tone. It's a lot better than it was on June 25th. June 25th, it was a little bit different because, I mean, it was a budget-driven council meeting, whereas they began this council meeting speaking, giving awards to influential people in the community, and recognizing neighborhoods, projects that were slated, where approval needed to be given, and people in the community came out and spoke in relations to those projects. And one was denied because that neighborhood does not need any more gas stations in it, Westwood, and the other was tabled for 2 more weeks, which is in Cordova, until a survey is completed. So overall, a great council meeting. I'm looking forward to the next one. I know that we will hear a little bit more about this supercomputer that's going to be built here in Memphis, and MLGW's role in that. I've already seen some articles that are talking about hiring here in the city of Memphis for, I believe it's Tesla. I'm not 100% sure. I'll take a look to see exactly where to go to look at those jobs, but they look like they're well-paying jobs, and that's going to be helpful to the city overall. So hey, great things going on, good council meeting overall, and just proud to be able to sit here and hear what's happening, what's positive in the city, and we'll be on in the next one. So July 20, I'm not exactly sure of the date, but I'll definitely post it, and we'll go through the council meeting again. Hey, I appreciate if you stop in and view the council meetings. I know they're a little dry, so it's a little bit difficult to sit through, but I appreciate if you've paid attention. This is your community. What you want to happen is what will occur. If you're actively involved with your council person in your neighborhood, have a general consensus of what's happening. And that's what we need to bring this into. We need to get to those individual places, and be involved with our council people so we can ensure that our neighborhoods are growing the way that we intend them to grow. Thank you for joining the platform, Direction Forward Memphis. You can reach me at email directionforwardmemphis@gmail.com. And I will reply to you. Please like, comment, subscribe to the videos, and until next time, be impactful.